Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is August the 21st, 2023, and today the topic is Listen and Obey. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was just fine. Trying to think what happened on Saturday. Oh, well, it just was chill, a little chill time. Me and my hubby had a little binge watching time. I actually also did a childcare shift at the church on Saturday. So that was another thing that happened. And then the rest of the evening was just time to, binge watch shows with my hubby and eat. And that's about it. That's what my Saturday looked like. And then Sunday was good as well. I was also back at the church. And afterwards our little family watched a movie or two. Next thing we know, the little guy was sleeping. Yeah, that was pretty much our evening, hubby and I locked ourselves away, and it's a good weekend, you know what I'm saying? Well, I guess this kind of inspires me this morning as well, because I've been challenging myself to be obedient, right? There is a challenge, a physical challenge that I've been embarking on. I mean, it's one that y'all heard about before, whatnot, and I don't know if it's for the long haul or what, but I just know that in this moment in the season, whatever the case may be, I feel led to do it. And so I'm trying my best to be obedient and stay consistent, right? We all can have temptations and things like that, but I guess I feel as if, at least with this recent development, that the more I, again, stay consistent, be obedient, things of that nature, the more that, I feel God will give me the desires of my heart. And thus far, I would say that my observation thus far is that that is true. Now, again, obviously the things take time, X, Y, and Z. I'm not tripping about any of that. I think my focus is to just, again, listen and obey. So I feel that I guess to chit chat about this today. I woke up at like 2:25, and I was going back and forth with the sleep and wake up situation this morning as well. But the verses that I came across when I was reading when I went to, of course, Google and then Bible 2:25, the verse that really stood out to me is the verse about God restoring, what the cankerworm and locusts have, try to take away X, Y, and Z, restoring those years and whatnot. And basically, when I decided, or when I woke back up and settled my mind on focusing on what the Lord wanted me to talk about today, basically, this word obey and obedience came into my heart and mind. And so obviously I was thinking about my testimony that I kind of just briefly gave. I also was thinking about, again, if we want the restoration and we want the blessings from the Lord, then we have to listen and obey. And so that's why I decided to go deeper and study this morning, and let's get into it. Listen and obey. I'm sure this isn't the first time I've sat here and talked about these words. I probably talked about them individually and everything like that as well, but I did write down the definitions this morning. So this is what they say. Listen says, give one's attention to a sound. And then obey says, comply with the command, direction, or request of a person or law. Submit to the authority of. This stands out to me this morning because yesterday, while I was at church, I got a chance to talk to one of the ladies. She does a phenomenal job at the I guess you would say, like, storytelling side of the children's ministry. And so we had a moment to chit chat yesterday, and she ended up sharing some of her testimony, and I ended up inviting her on GSL because I was like, again, anytime someone has a powerful testimony, it doesn't matter if it has anything to do with God, sex, and love or not. Like, feel free to come on here and share your testimony, because at the end of the day, like we talked about over the weekend, it's important. Sharing is caring, right? But yeah, as we were talking yesterday, at some point, we had this conversation about like obedience and whatnot, and we were talking about our children and things of that nature, and how they could be so inquisitive and things, and she talked about how her mom also would kind of say the phrase that's a classic parenting quote, which is "because I said so," and things of that nature. But regardless, right, of allowing your kid to ask questions and be inquisitive, like there's nothing wrong with that. But that in the midst of that, they need to obey, and that was something that she kind of reiterated a couple of times as we were talking. And I'm in agreement, right? Regardless of whether we understand it fully and whatnot, we need to obey. So, yeah, again, all of these things played a part in today's inspiration for this conversation. But let's go deeper. Let's see what the Bible has to say. And I hope that it will encourage and inspire you. So Acts 5:29, it says, "But Peter and the apostles answered, 'We must obey God rather than men.'" Look in my pastor's voice. Let's stop right there. No, not that my pastor said that. I'm just saying in a general pastor's tone. But anywho, yeah, we must obey God rather than men. What just came into my heart and mind is the account with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Like, we need to get some of their spirit and obedience, because they stood before the king and not only say that we're not going to obey you, we're going to obey God. We know that he can save us from what you're talking about, but even if he don't, we still not going to bow. Like, that's on a whole nother level, I believe, of obedience. And I believe that that's the type of spirit that we need to have in regards to how we feel about obeying God. Like, you have to obey God over everything. And that's so interesting. I'm sitting here reminded of a previous episode of the GSL talk show. And again, I have a lot of guests on there, y'all, and we may not fully agree with everything, but my whole thing is allowing people to be able to express themselves, and y'all can come and say whatever you feel, right? That doesn't mean I'm going to agree with everything you say. But at the end of the day, you have the right to feel how you feel and everything like that. And so basically, one of my guests came on, I want to say it might have been last year, and they were talking about how they felt some kind of way about the Bible saying you need to obey the government and things of that nature. And it's like, but I feel like the Bible is very clear, and that verse right here that I just shared tells us this. But there's plenty of examples throughout the Bible as well of the biblical figures standing up against their government, standing up against whatever authority was over them when it came to compromising things that God had told them and showed them versus what they were, trying to force on the people, whether that was bowing to the idol, whether that was, being told not to pray, whatever it was, right, that the authority told those people, if it came against the Bible and it came against God and it came against, the overall authority, then therein lies your loophole, if you need one, to not comply. So I couldn't agree with my guest, because I'm like, okay, the Bible does say, to respect authority X, Y, and Z, and that is in the Go Deeper section for you guys to peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. That section that refers to earthly authority. However, there's also this verse right here that is letting us know that we must obey God rather than man. So again, it doesn't matter who the authority is. If they're not lining up with Christ, then you have the, I guess, leeway to not obey that authority. But anyway, let's keep going. Acts, no, I just read that one. So let's go to John 14:15. It says, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments." I mean, there you go, y'all. I mean, that's at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I know we go back and forth about whether the actual 10 commandments are still in play and all these different things. But the main commandment, which Jesus said, is to love God, right? And love others as you would love yourself. So that is the ultimate commandment, and so basically everything that we do should be loving God, loving others and ourselves, and starting there, and so y'all can go deeper. Let me keep going with these verses. We got Ephesians 6:1. It says, children, obey your parents and the Lord, for this is right. This verse stood out to me today because what stood out the most to me as I read it was the part that says, in the Lord. Again, in the Lord. Children, obey your parents in the Lord. Now, I don't know if it's just me and the way I was reading it this morning, but I believe what I'm receiving as I read it is that if your parents are in the Lord, then obey them, for this is right. Now, again, like I said earlier about authority and X, Y, and Z, if your parents are not in the Lord, then I mean, that might be your little loophole, but you ain't got to be disrespectful or anything of that nature. You can share the truth in love or whatever the case may be. But they are still a governing authority above you. And that's the same for any situation, y'all. I mean, whether it's, you're in school and there's the teacher, whether you're at work and it's your boss, whether you're in the street and it's the police, like whatever it may be, there are going to be authorities over us, right? But at the end of the day, are these authorities in the Lord? Does it, whatever they're requesting of you, is it going to make you compromise the things that God has told us and showed us? Now, if that's the case, there's still ways, right, to respectfully not comply. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, get all rah about it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you can share the truth and love, whatever that may be. And so, I know situations are unique and different and things. And so by all means, allow God to lead you and guide you in particular situations. But this is just a general conversation about obedience and just understanding that there's going to be some type of authority in this life. But the overall governing authority needs to be Christ in your life and everything like that. We got Luke 11:25. It says, but he said, blessed rather are those who hear the word of God and keep it. At the end of the day, it's one thing to just hear it and say, okay, I know God, or I hear you, God, or whatever the case is. But there's a totally different thing to hear and do. I don't know if this is Bible, but this just came to my mind about an account or quote or something that is pretty much just reminding us of that. It's like, it's still disobedience to not be obedient. Like, or how can I say it? It's to hear something and not do it is still being disobedient, basically. So again, there's plenty of verses, y'all, that we can all, peruse and let marinate in our hearts, souls, and minds in regards to this topic. Actually, there were so many that at some point I just stopped writing them and I just told you all in the Go Deeper section, go to openbible.info and look up the word obey and read whatever God leads you to read, because there's plenty of good verses to marinate on. And, that's the juice, y'all. Listen and obey. If you want, again, to receive the blessings of God, if you want to be, those years that the cankerworm and whatnot, tried to steal from us, to be restored and things of that nature, then you have to be listening and obeying God, and that's the juice. Philippians 2:13 is our Bible verse of today, and it says, for it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. There you go. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you to those that support in any aspect. Y'all, man, I'm a few days away from my birthday celebrate. Okay, those of y'all that know, you know your girl's going putt-putting this weekend. If you're in the Atlanta area and you want to go with me, then let me know. Let me know, and I'll send you all the information and everything like that. You guys can meet me there, you know. I'm supposed to get my hair done on Friday, y'all. So expect the new do. It was so funny because I don't know if I told y'all, but I just realized this the other day. I was like, okay, with me getting my hair done on Friday, that means that whatever, like on Sunday, I told y'all I'm supposed to be doing Madame Miraculous at the church. Well, I probably didn't tell you that it was Madame Miraculous, but I did tell you that I was supposed to do an event, and that's supposed to be Madame Miraculous. And my hair is going to be in a way where I can't wear her hair. So Madame Miraculous is just gonna have a different style, and I mean that's actually classic Madame Miraculous, to be honest, because basically when I first started the gig that I was working, and I was doing a character, I always would switch my hair up and stuff, and so you never know what Madame Miraculous was gonna look like. I was trying to give her a specific classic look in the book and whatnot, but lately I've been just like slipping when it comes to all of that. Like I've done some gigs and whatnot as Madame Miraculous just with my hair because I just did not feel like putting on the wig and all of that. So I won't be able to do that with the style that I plan to get on this Friday or whatever for my birthday. So yeah, Madame Miraculous, just switching it up a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's all good. It's all good, man. Just gonna roll with it. Just gonna roll with it. Then y'all know that next week is my birthday officially. So I'm excited about that. Like one of my friends, she's like, she wants to take me to brunch. So we're gonna do that. I told y'all I also signed up to get my passport on my birthday as well. So praying that all of that will be able to get and do and everything. And yeah, that's all that I know of that's coming up and stuff. Some more stuff, behind the scenes your girl's working on. But so yeah, but I'll let y'all know about that once things get a little bit more solidified and secured. But one more thing I do want to share with you guys. I woke up this morning to good news this morning, y'all. The interview that I did with In Contact, that our friends over there at Radical Readers, the opportunity that they blessed me with a few months ago or last month. The episode aired last night, and so, or I don't know if it aired last night, but it's now on YouTube, and so I shared it on my social media and everything like that. So if you guys want to, go check out that interview and check out that conversation that I was having with the ladies about reading and all of that good stuff. Yeah, check me out, Actress Miracle Sims, on my profiles. You guys should see it in the interview section of the Actress Miracle Sims YouTube channel. So yeah, you know what I mean? Just saying it came out, and that was a nice thing to see as well. But all right, well, that's my updates, announcements, all that good stuff. I don't think I got anything else to share, so I'm gonna let y'all go. And yeah, I'll let y'all know tomorrow what the Lord do with today. Because I mean, I think I might have some things on the calendar, but you never know what the Lord gonna do. So y'all have a wonderful Monday, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow if the Lord's will. Bye.